¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó con esta cuenta?
Took every loss and turned it into rocket fuel. Built my strength in the dark while they all played it cool. Pressure tried to break me, but it taught me how to fight. Now I move with a purpose and I shine through the night. I was down bad, knees close to the floor, but deep in my spirit I knew I was meant for more. Train my mind to stay calm while my vision burned bright. I don't run from the storm, I walk straight through the fight. No excuses, no fear, no retreat. Real discipline brought me back to my feet. They talk loud, but I learned how to stay steady. Now my soul stays strong and my hands stay ready. When I fall, I rise. When it's dark, I shine. I don't wait for love.
Hey Chris, buenas tardes. How you doing today? You good? Bro, what a trade I did today. Over 220 points. And 160 and 180 points. My mic is too low. No, it's the same. I got the same settings. Now, better? I don't know. I have the same settings. Same. ¿Y ahora? ¿Better? ¿O too loud? Entonces, perfecto ahí. Ok. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 testing. Perfect. Okay, good. Good. So look at this. This account, and this account. Look at that. I get in here and I take it out there, 184 point. And the last contract, I take it out down here, but I was 263 point on that trade. And then the market went 385 from my entry. And the market make a pullback where between what 50 and 61 to the 200 and then keep going. So last night, the trade that I put, that was looking for 160 point, that one was break even, and the other two account I lost $500. Well, one lost $500. The other was, remember the account that the first account that I trade. Then the second account I lost $500 too, and the other one I lost the profit that I have. So today I make 1600, and on this one I recovered the 600 that I lost, 500 something, and I went like 1,000 on profit, and this one too. So I have all of them about 50,000. You short like 400 bucks. Last night you ended up on the green. Okay. The market is really slow, right? Alright, then we're gonna be here this early. Ya, bro, ya. Es slow, 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 slow. Buen provecho.
Kept lifting up my battle, lit a fire in my heart. She saw all of my scars, saw my process and my truth, saw my heaviest nights and the hunger of my youth. When nobody placed a bet, she was still there standing tall. That is why I carry her loyalty deep inside my soul. When the market taught me how to see this life a different way, feet down on the ground, mind focused far away. Because a traitor stands alone in silence, pain and doubt, and learns that in this life not everybody really counts. The market made me colder, but it never killed my soul. It taught me how to guard my energy and stay in control. To value those who stay when everything is going wrong. Because in loss you learn who's real and who was fake all along. I don't look at people now the way I did before. Now I read their silence, their actions and much more. Because price never forgives and life don't forgive it too. If you don't open up your eyes, the fake ones bury you. Let them talk, let them lie, let them keep that little show. I move quiet, no big flex, no empty talk to throw. Too many fake brothers, too many cardboard hugs. A couple artists taught me how to read what people does. I wasn't made yesterday, now I know how to see. Not everybody clapping for you really wants you free. Time puts every person right where they belong in the end. And the one who learns through fire does not break, he bends. Now they watch me from a distance with that look like what happened now. When before they would not take one step or show me how. Too much noise on the stage, but weak when pressure came. I did not need to play pretend. I answered through my chains. They got stuck in all the talking. I moved straight into the action. They were speaking on a dream. I was living with direction, and it's not revenge I carry. It's memory and control. But it stings to see the real one came up from that same dark hole. To the ones who doubted my steps, they can watch me without a sound. Because the ones who laughed too early never last another round. No fake shining, no loud posing. Never asked the crowd for help. My answer came in silence. That's why they feel it for themselves. Oh, last before, no risk, no story. If you never bleed for your dream, you never write your story. Long nights built the man I am. Pain only made me grow. And today I walk with more strength. I'm not turning back no more. Last before, no risk, no story. One life, one plan. Only am I still on the glory. To the haters I respond with my work and with my level. I did not come to quit. I was born to beat the pressure. Long vision, short steps, no rush but no pause. Last it for, no risk, no story, no plan B. Only vision, only faith. Last it for trader. No risk, no story. This was not love. This was fire. No plan B. Only pressure, only hunger, only forward. While they were partying, I was deep in the fight, working and studying through the long cold nights. Weekend after weekend, I stayed on the grind. Big dream in my chest, tunnel vision in my mind. Nobody saw the sacrifice, nobody saw the weight. Nobody felt the pressure while I worked and stayed awake. But I stayed silent, never talking just to talk. Because real ones build in silence and they let the results walk. They said no, they said never, but I stayed strong and got better. Talking is easy, doing is different. I stay locked in with the hunger they could not finish. Lasting for trader. for trader. No risk, no story. Long nights, deep scars. Now I step in glory. No plan B, that was the code in me. I paid the price in silence. Now the world can see lasting for trader. No risk, no story. No plan A, no plan B. Just one road for me. They kept talking from the side, but they could not bury me. Now they all can see. Now they all can see.
Lost it for trader. No risk, no story. It was not luck, it was endurance. It was falling down and rising again. It was looking fear in the face and saying, you will not stop me today. So many sleepless nights, staring at the chart in silence, with my soul torn into pieces, but my mind still full of guidance. While others gave up early, I kept grinding through the pain, because the dream I carry deeply is not something bought overnight. I have felt defeat breathing right behind my neck. I have doubted my own strength when the wreck kept bringing pressure, but inside my chest there is a fire that never lies. I was built to keep on fighting, even when this life gets harder. And if I fall, I rise again. If I lose today, tomorrow I come back with faith. I did not come this far just to watch myself break. My destiny is not for sale, because I fear mistakes. I will not give up, even if it hurts to keep going. Even if the world keeps telling me that I will never make it, I keep fighting in silence, with my soul still burning bright, because I know one day it will be real. I see for trader, no risk, no story. If there is no battle, there is no glory. Every fall keeps riding me, every scar becomes my memory. I stay solid, I stay breathing with my head always held high, because I know one day it will be real. Trading taught me self-control is worth much more than noise. It is not the impulsive one who wins, it is the one who holds the course. Every stop was a lesson, every arrow a warning sign. Every candle kept shaping more patience, more strength, more discipline. It is not about lucky moments or a sudden miracle. It is discipline in the shadows when nobody sees the sacrifice. It is moving on when you are broken, when everything turns dark, saying I have not won yet, but I will not fall apart. And if I fall, I'll rise again. If it starts screaming, I silence it with faith. I did not come this far just to watch myself break. I know very well that what is mine is on its way. I will not give up, even if it hurts to keep going. Even if the world keeps telling me that I will never make it, I keep fighting in silence, when my soul's still burning bright, because I know one day it will be real. Lasting for trader, no risk, no story. If there's no battle, there is no glory. Every fall keeps riding me, every scar because my memory. I stay solid, I stay breathing with my head always held high, because I know one day it will be real. It does not matter how many times I have to start from zero. If the dream is still alive, I stay standing at the table. Let them talk, the ones who do not know the weight of every fall. I keep building what will one day completely change my life. It is not only about money, it is about who I become through the process. Stronger, wiser, colder in the storm, closer to the day when my promise is fully born. I will not give up. I have learned how to endure. Every hidden tear inside me taught me how to survive. I keep fighting in silence, but my faith is still alive, because I know one day it will be real. That's it for trader, no risk, no story. That is the goal behind my story. I do not bend, I do not break. I turn all my pain into glory. With a steady heart, with a fully focused mind, I still believe it. trader. No risk, no story. This is not easy money. This is mental warfare. This is discipline. This is pain. This is pressure. They sold you the dream that trading makes you rich overnight. They're pushing a couple buttons somehow makes your future bright. But nobody says the truth, nobody tells the cost. That this game will test your soul and make you feel completely lost. This is not fast money, that's a fantasy they sell. This is the hardest way to try to build your life up well. Because the winner isn't loud and the winner isn't hype. It's the one who controls emotions when the pressure starts to bite. A lot of people into greed, very few survive the pain. Everybody wants the millions, very few can take the strain. Seeing red inside your account and still standing with control. That takes something deep inside you, that takes power in your soul. This is not just about winning trades. It's about not breaking when everything shakes. It's about falling, adjusting, standing tall, looking fear in the face and not running at all. It's not easy, not a game, not luck, not glory. This thing burns inside your mind and rewrites your story. Trading is not a shortcut, it's pressure, pain and worry. Lots of for trader, no risk, no story. It's not easy, not quick cash, not a road to easy money. It's losing, learning, rising up when life turns ugly. If you can't survive the storm, you will never touch the glory. Lots of for trader, no risk, no story. There are nights you never sleep, going over every trade, asking yourself in silence if the sacrifice is worth what's paid. While the world is out distracted, you are fighting with your brain. Because the hardest enemy is not the chart, it's what you train. The market shows no mercy, it does not care how you feel. And if you move out of emotion, it will punish what is real. And learning to stay humble when your ego wants to fly, that's the line that separates the wise from those who blow and cry. This is not about a Rolex, not a car, not flashy scenes. This is about becoming stronger, far beyond material dreams. It's about owning every mistake, respecting every star, understanding discipline will take you farther than you are. This is not for weak minds, not for people chasing shine without the grind. Here you bleed in silence, here you build in pain. Every loss you truly study is a step, not all in vain. It's not easy, not a game, not luck, not glory. This thing burns inside your mind and rewrites your story. Trading is not a shortcut, it's pressure, pain and worry. Lots of for trading, no risk, no story. It's not easy, not quick cash, not a road to easy money. It's losing, learning, rising up when life turns ugly. If you can't survive a storm, you will never touch the glory. Lots of for trading, no risk, no story. Trading is not for dreamers who refuse to pay the price. It's for those who stay standing after losing more than twice. The market does not reward noise, it rewards control and glory. Lots of for trading, no risk, no story. Lots of for trader, no risk, no story. But without control there is no glory. Discipline, patience, process. Cold mind in the middle of the stress. Everybody wants in, everybody wants to win, but only if you know where survival begins. It is not about the trade that looks the most wild, it is about protecting your account through every trial. I do not go all in from hunger or emotion. I do not place trades under pressure or commotion. Every entry has rules, every move has a plan, because the market shows no mercy to an undisciplined man. Stop, loss at risk, fully defined. If I do not see the edge, I stay off the line. Doing more does not mean doing it right. Sometimes real power is waiting for the fight. One bad trade when I break my vision, I protect the ammo before any decision. Because the one who lasts is the one who wins. This is cold blood focus, this is mental discipline. Risk management, that is the truth. What keeps you alive when the market gets cruel? Psycho trading, mental control, so you do not fall apart when it takes its losing control. Still in the mind and command of the soul. I do not care if the market ran today. If it missed my setup, I'd just stay away. I would rather lose small than revenge the pain, because one reckless move can destroy your name. 1%, 2%, that is enough. Never risk more than what makes you tough. Do not let ego lead. Let the system decide, because the reckless always burn from inside. Break even moves, partials, no one waiting to defend. You must know how to exit, not just how to enter and pretend. Profit looks good, but lasting looks better, because winning means nothing if you cannot hold together. Psycho trading is not just learning to hold it, is knowing when to stop and still stay bold. Not letting fear take over your sight, not letting greed drag you out of what is right. If I lose one, I do not chase the mistake. If I win two, I do not think I am brave, because the market destroys the proud and blind and rewards the discipline, calm, sharp in mind. Breathe in deep, come back to the plan. One candle does not define who I am. The hardest battle is never the chart.
Hello people, so we are back today. Market's moving really slow.
Siente como que hinca el intestino o algo, es la sangre nada más.
A mí son las hemorroides enteras.
Pero eso hay que buscar pues,
No dolor, no nada, no siento nada.
una de las mismas medicinas que él tomó, de la prednisona o de algo, pero uno es médico. Yo también, yo las tengo botadas, pero a mí no me sangra.
Pero si eso se afuera.
Sí, las de afuera. Es un lado.
Como con un lado.
Sí, esos son. Las
Eso sale.
hemorroides son dos cositas en el.
Eso no sale completo.
Ay, yo todos los días le pregunto a mí si la tiene galleta.
Sí, sí, tiene que
¿Y la de chocolate?
Con
Te
el
las
chocolate, que ya sé que te las comiste tú. Y yo tenía una preocupación con la
Ella el otro día me dijo, ¿quién se habrá comido las galletas de chocolate? Ah, porque me preguntaba si tiene galleta para sacar.
Sí, para bajarte,
Y
yo
yo le
tengo un
dije,
paquetito
sí,
de,
tiene.
de las
Dice,
que él
"Ay,
me
mira,
dio.
¿quién se habrá comido las
Feels real. Life's a full trader. No risk, no story. I used to hold this vision in the dark alone, when nothing in my hands could prove where I was going. I carried it through losses, through silence and delay, through nights where all I had was faith to keep me in the race. There were days it felt too far to ever touch, like the dream was real but life was asking too much. Still I kept moving even when the road stayed cold, because something in my chest refused to let it go. And now I'm standing in pieces of what I used to see. Not all of it completed, but enough to know it's real in me. Enough to feel the shift from hope into form, from carrying a vision to living through the storm. It didn't come easy, it didn't come fast, but it came through everything I was willing to outlast. And now I can feel what I once could only imagine. The vision is no longer far, I'm living inside and living a vision. That's where I am, walking through the things I once held in my hands. Living a vision. After all the pain, after all the nights I had to trust the unseen way. Living a vision, not perfect but true, built from the pressure and everything I went through. Living a vision, that's the gift I earned. What once lived in my soul now lives in a world. It feels different when the thing you fought for starts to breathe, when what once was invisible begins to stand in front of you. Not because it all arrived in some dramatic way, but because you stayed long enough to see what discipline creates. Now when I look back, I don't just see the pain, I see the bricks it laid, I see what it gave. Every hard season carved something I can stand on now. Every closed door made me stronger somehow. So this is not just victory, this is alignment. This is the outside finally matching what lived inside me. And that kind of moment doesn't come from chance, it comes from holding vision when life doesn't advance. It didn't come easy, it didn't come fast, but it came through everything to outlast. And now I can feel what I once could only imagine. The vision is no longer far. I'm living inside and living a vision. Oh, that's where I am. Walking through the things I once held in my hands. Living a vision. After all the pain, after all the nights I had to trust the unseen way. Living a vision, not perfect but true. Built from the pressure and everything I went through. Living a vision, that's the gift I earned. What once lived in my soul now lives in the world. This is what happens when you don't let go too soon, when you stay through the dark long enough for the light to take shape. Because the vision was never just a dream, it was a future waiting for me to become the person who could hold it. Living a vision, now I understand. It was never about getting lucky, it was about becoming the man. Living a vision with peace in my chest, not because the road was easy, but because I gave it my best. Living a vision, that's the final truth. Everything I carried in silence is finally breaking through. Living a vision, write it in the soul, cause what you protect with discipline can one day become your world. What I once prayed for is now part of my life. Not all at once, but enough to know it was worth the fight. Lesser for a trader, no risk, no story. Funded or finished, no excuses, no noise, no room to lie to myself. Lasting for a trader, no risk, no story. I reached the point where I couldn't keep moving the same. Either I leveled my mind or got swallowed by the pain. It wasn't just about passing the test or chasing capital. It was deciding if I was really built for this level at all. Yeah. Funded or finished, that's how clear it became. Because staying with the same mistakes would've made me fade. I couldn't trade like nothing carried weight. When I knew my future was asking me to elevate. It wasn't about luck or one perfect day. It was about holding myself when the pressure changed. Because funded doesn't come just from knowing where to enter. It comes when your mind learns how to hold through the weather. No giving trades away, no chasing emotion, no letting fear take over the button. Either I rose in level or I drowned right there. And I understood this time it all depended on me. Funded or finished, that was the line. Leave the chaos behind to lose what could be mine. Funded or finished, mind or collapse, discipline or ruin inside the act. Funded or finished, it wasn't just a result, it was who I would become when the weight got hard enough. Funded or finished, write it in the skin. Because sometimes the next level demands you stop being who you've been. There were days when pressure tried to cloud the red, tried to make me think this was too much for me. But I learned that line is where the truth appears, between the one who wants to win and the one who's willing to change through fear. Funded is not a badge, funded is control. It's knowing when not to enter, it's protecting the goal. It's swallowing the impulse when anxiety gets loud, and still standing tall when the soul feels worn out. Because finish doesn't always mean the count breaks down. Sometimes it means you stay trapped in the same old ground. And I didn't come this far just to die in that place. I came to cross the line that used to break my frame. No giving trades away, no chasing emotion, no letting fear take over the button. Either I rose in level or I drowned right there. And I understood this time it all depended on me. Funded or finished, that was the line. Leave the chaos behind to lose what could be mine. Funded or finished, mind or collapse, discipline or ruin inside the act. Funded or finished, it wasn't just a result, it was who I would become when the weight got hard enough. Funded or finished, yeah. Write it in the skin. Because Sometimes the next level demands you stop being who you've been. Not every ending looks like a collapse. Sometimes it looks like staying the same and changing nothing. And not every funny moment starts with money. Sometimes it starts when you finally master what used to master you inside. Funded or fin, now I know it well. The real test was never just the market, it was me. Yes. Funded or fin, with more calm and control, not letting urgency destroy my soul. Funded or fin, that was the choice. Either I stayed the same or rose with a different voice. Funded or fin, that was the truth. The next level didn't ask me for luck, it asked for identity. It was never just about being funded. It was about becoming someone who could hold it. Lasted for a trader. No risk, no story. Green days don't make legends. Green days feel good, but they don't build everything. Legends are not made when it's easy. Lasting for a trader. No risk, no story. Green days feel good, I won't lie. They light the room and lift the mind. They make the work feel worth the pain, like all the pressure finally changed. But green days never taught me how to stay. They never showed me how to hold through weight. They never forced me to face who I was when things got dark and there was no applause. Because winning feels clean when the chart goes your way, but comfort doesn't always shake the frame. And I learned that growth gets written in a harder place, where pressure is the test and test your faith. Green can reward, green can restore, but it doesn't always reveal what you're really built for. That happens deeper, that happens when the shine disappears and you still don't bend. Green days don't make legends, they only show the light. Legends are built in the dark, when it's hard to keep the fire alive. Green days don't make legends, not by themselves alone, because glory doesn't teach you how to hold your soul. Green days don't make legends, that's the truth I know. It's the hard days that shape you into something gold. I've had green days where everything clicked, where timing felt clean and the entries hit. And yes, those moments matter too, but they didn't build the deepest truth. The deepest truth was born when I stayed, when the screen went cold and the winds went away, when I had to decide if I was still the same, without the numbers backing up my name. That's when clarity starts to speak. Now when you're up, but when you're weak. Now when the room is full of praise, but when you keep standing through the gray. Green can reward, green can restore, but it doesn't always reveal what you're really built for. That happens deeper, that happens when the shine disappears and you still don't bend. Green days don't make legends, they only show the light. Legends are built in the dark, when it's hard to keep the fire alive. Green days don't make legends, not by themselves alone, because glory doesn't teach you how to hold your soul. Green days don't make legends, that's the truth I know. It's the hard days that shape you into something gold. Anyone can smile when the chart is green, anyone can talk big when the pressure leaves, but the ones who become something real are the ones who keep going when the color changes. Green days don't make legends, now I see it clear. The best parts of me when I build here. Green days don't make legends, they may celebrate the climb, but the climb itself was built in days show results. Hard days build a person who can carry them. Lasser for a trader. No risk, no story. Hold the vision. Hold the vision. Even if you can't see it fully yet. Lasser for trader. No risk, no story. Yeah. I hold the vision even when the present doesn't show it. Even through great days when the road feels broken. Because not everything great is born with a clear shape. Sometimes it lives inside first before it takes its place. There were moments when it all felt far away, when all the effort gave me nothing I could wait. But I learned that vision doesn't always come to shout. Sometimes it only asks that you don't let it drown. This isn't blind faith, it's memory of what I've survived. It's knowing what I carry didn't come here just to die. It's looking past the hit, past what today can show, and still walking forward while I become what I know. Now everything reveals itself when you want it to appear. Some things only open up when you decide to believe. And even if the view right now doesn't say it's close at hand, I still hold the vision, because I know it's going to land. Hold the vision, even if you can't see the end. Even if the present looks nothing like what you planned. Hold the vision with control in your mind, because the one who lets it go too soon leaves direction behind. Hold the vision, even when the noise gets loud, because a lot of great things take time before they come around. Hold the vision, that became my truth. Keep believing in silence until it starts becoming real for you. Vision doesn't always feel comfortable or clear. Sometimes it weighs more than any pressure or fear, cause it asks you to keep moving when there's nothing yet to show, and protect inside what hasn't fully grown. But that's also where the real ones separate from the ones who wanted glory with no process to create it. Because holding the vision is not just saying I can, and staying disciplined when nobody sees you advance. That's why I don't panic if it doesn't come fast. I know what has roots doesn't always rise at once. What matters is not selling what was born with truth, just because impatience tries to bargain with you. Not everything reveals itself when you want it to appear. Some things only open up when you decide to believe. And even if the view right now doesn't say it's close at hand, I still hold the vision, because I know it's going to land. Hold the vision, even if you can't see the end. Even if the present looks nothing like what you planned. Hold the vision with control in your mind, because the one who lets it go too soon leave direction behind. Hold the vision, even when the noise gets loud, because a lot of great things take time before they come around. Hold the vision, that became my truth. Keep believing in silence until it starts becoming real for you. Vision does not always need noise. It needs endurance. It needs focus. It needs staying power. Because what is born great often begins invisible, and only the one who refuses to quit gets to see it whole. Now I understand a lot of what I live today was born when no one else could understand. With patience in the soul, not letting doubt come in and take control. Write it in the skin, because before it becomes real, it first has to live within. Don't let go of the vision just because it doesn't have a full shape yet. Some great truths take time to show themselves. Lasser for trader. No, no risk, no story. One day it clicks. One day it clicks. Not all at once, but enough to change everything. Last for a trader. No risk, no story. For the longest time it felt like noise in my head. Same chart, same lesson, same fear, same red. I kept showing up even when it felt blind, trying to build order out of a war. In my mind there were nights I thought I was missing the key, like maybe this game was not meant for me. But I stayed with the process, I stayed with the pain, and little by little something started to change. It wasn't one more moment, not some lightning in the sky. It was repetition turning confusion into sight. One lesson on another, one scar in the one shift, until one day I felt that something clicked. Not perfection, not ease, just a different kind of clarity. Not because the game changed, but because I did. And one quiet day, it clicked. One day it clicked. One day you see all the pain was shaping what you needed to be. One day it clicked. The fog starts to clear, and the thing that once broke you starts turning into skill. One day it clicked. Not fast, not free, but earned through the weight of consistency. One day it clicks. That's how it begins, when discipline and truth finally settle in. I stopped trying to force what wasn't ready to land. Stopped trying to rush what needed time in my hands. I stopped looking for secrets outside of my frame, and started building sharper habits through the strain. That's when I noticed the mind felt more still. Less war in my chest, more trust in the skill. The chart looked the same, but I saw it more clean, because the biggest shift that happened in me. And maybe that's what nobody tells at the start, that the breakthrough comes slowly and works through the heart. That it's not one big win that suddenly lifts. It's becoming the person for whom the game clicks. Not perfection, not ease, just a different kind of clarity. Not because the game changed, but because I did. In one quiet day, it clicked. One day it clicked. One day you see all the pain was shaping what you needed to be. One day it clicked. The fog starts to clear, and the thing that once broke you starts turning into skill. One day it clicked. Not fast, not free, but earned through the weight of consistency. One day it clicks. That's how it begins, when discipline and truth finally settle in. It doesn't click because you beg for it. It clicks because you stayed long enough to become ready for it. That's the shift, not luck, not hype, alignment. One day it clicks. Now I understand it was never about shortcuts. It was about becoming the man. Through pressure and pain, through showing up again and again and again. One day it clicks. Write it in the soul, because what once felt broken can become a kind of gold. That's the truth I live. Sometimes the greatest moment is when the mind finally gets quiet enough to listen. It didn't happen overnight. It happened after enough nights that I stopped being the same person. Last for a trader. No risk, no story. Built for the storm. I wasn't made for easy days. I was made for the storm. Lasted for a trader. No risk, no story. Yeah. I wasn't built in calm on roads with no pressure. I was shaped under gray skies with fire in my chest forever. When the wind turned against me and everything wanted to fall, that's where I truly learned how to hold through it all. It wasn't the soft days that gave me my frame. It was the heavy nights and the heat in my brain. Every hit kept refining what lived inside, until what once was fear turned into strength I could guide. Because when chaos comes, not everybody can stay. A lot of people talk greatness but fold in the rain. I learned not to run when the storm walked in. I learned how to stay grounded when the sky went dim. Rain above me, wind all around, but something in me would not break down. The storm came, showed show me who I am, and I stay standing without letting go of who I am. I was built for the storm, for the days under pressure, to keep my eyes forward even when my heart had to tremble. I was built for the storm, to carry the weight for real, because everything that hurt me left me mentally stronger still. I was built for the storm. Now I finally see what used to scare me now finds me on my feet. I'm not afraid anymore of the days when everything tightens. I know that's where the soul gets sharpened and the vision gets brighter, because pain, if it doesn't break, you can realign what's inside, and pressure, if it doesn't crush, you can leave you stronger in the fight. I'm not saying it was easier, that the weight felt light. I'm saying I learned to carry it without losing sight, and that kind of strength can't be bought or borrowed. It's built when you keep walking through a breaking tomorrow. Now when the sky gets dark, I don't fall into confusion. I breathe, refocus, and protect my conviction, because I was formed to seasons where comfort didn't stay, and that's why chaos no longer knows how to own my lane. Rain above me, wind all around, but something in me would not break down. The storm came to show me who I am, and I stayed standing without letting go of who I am. I was built for the storm, for the days under pressure, to keep my eyes forward even when my heart had to tremble. I was built for the storm, to carry the weight for real, because everything that hurt me left me mentally stronger still. I was built for the storm. Now I finally see what used to scare me now finds me on my feet. Storm does not always come to destroy you. Sometimes it comes to reveal whether you truly know how to endure. And if you keep going when everything gets heavy, when there's no clarity and no voice, you find out there's something in you stronger than fear. I was built for the storm. That's my reality. I didn't come here asking for soft rose or false peace. I was built for the storm, to fight with control without letting chaos take command of my soul. I was built for the storm, write it in my skin, because everything that tried to break me ended up making me stand stronger within. Not everybody hopes when the sky starts changing, but some people were built for that. Lasted for a trader, no risk, no story. This loss won't end me. This loss hurt me, but it won't finish me. It hit hard, but I'm still here. Lost it for a trader, no risk, no story. This loss hit deep, I won't pretend. It shook my chest, it bent my head. For a moment, it felt heavier than I could hold. Like all my fire was starting to go cold. I've been in that silence after things fall apart, when the screen goes dim and it reaches the heart, when doubt walks in like it owns the room and tries to convince you this is where dreams lose. But I know too much now to let one moment decide who I am, what I carry, or how I survive. Because one red day can bruise the skin, but it doesn't get the right to define what's within. It hurt me, but it taught me too. It shook me, but it didn't move the part of me that still believes, that still stands up, and still won't leave. This loss won't end me. It won't write my name. It may have cut deep, but it won't take the flame. This loss won't end me. I'm still breathing through, still learning, still rising, still becoming something to let losses crawl into my identity. Like every bad result was a sentence over me. But I've seen what that thinking can do to the mind. It turns one hard chapter into a permanent decline. Now I let the pain speak but not take control. I let it reveal but not bury the soul. Because there's a difference between learning from the fall and building a home inside the damage of it all. And I refuse to stay broken in a place I was meant to cross. I refuse to let my future be written by one loss. The lesson can stay, the scar can remain, but I'm still moving forward with purpose through the pain. It hurt me, but it taught me to. It shook me, but it didn't move the part of me that still believes, that still stands up and still won't leave. This loss won't end me, it won't write my name. It may have cut deep, but it won't take the flame. This loss won't end me. I'm still breathing through, still learning, still rising, still becoming something true. This loss won't end me. That's the line I keep, because pain may visit, but it doesn't get to keep me. Not every loss is there to stop you. Some are there to strip you clean, to show you what was fragile and what was real underneath. And maybe that's the shift, maybe that's the key. This loss was not my ending, it was part of what shaped me. This loss won't end me, now I know it well. I've been through enough fire not to feel one more hell. This loss won't end me, it won't shut the door. I still got vision, I've still got more. This loss won't end me, that's my truth tonight. I may be bruised, but I still know how to fight. This loss won't end me, write it in my soul, because the ones who rise again don't let one fall take control. The loss was real, the pain was real, but so am I. That's a for a trader, no risk, no story. The comeback trade. I didn't come back the same. I came back colder, clearer, stronger. Lasted for trader. No risk, no story. Yeah. I came back after the hit, but not the way I was before. I brought a different mindset, a different way to see it all. Noise doesn't move me now, pressure doesn't break my frame. I carry scars that turn into vision through the pain. There were nights it looked like I would never return, moments when even my soul felt too tired to burn. But something deep inside me never wanted to quit. And from the bottom of the ruin I learned how to breathe again. I didn't come back from pride or just to prove a point. I came back because I knew I still had something to build. Because the real comeback isn't rushing to redeem, it's returning cleaner, knowing what you really mean. I came back without rage, I came back with control. I came back with a mind stronger than the pain. I know I didn't come for revenge, I came to execute. I came to prove to myself that I know how to come through. This is the comeback trade, the return to the level after touching the bottom and choosing belief again. This is the comeback trade, more solid, more real, with less emotion and much stronger mental steel. This is the comeback trade, not born from eagle's flame, but from the man who survived the fire and change. This is the comeback trade, write it in the skin, because I didn't come back faster, I came back better than I've been. Now when I look at the chart, I don't see a threat. I see another chance to show who I become instead. The discipline I planted in my darkest days is now the ground beneath my most stable ways. Every loss left me with a piece of truth to keep. Every mistake kept sharpening what runs deep. That's why this return was never born from illusion. It came from turning pain into direction and conclusion. I'm not trying to impress, I'm not trying to look strong. I just wanna stay centered when it's time to move on. Because strongest comeback doesn't always make noise. Sometimes it comes in silence, but it comes with poise. I came back with outrage, I came back with control. I came back with a mind stronger than the pain. I know I didn't come for revenge, I came to execute. I came to prove to myself that I know how to come through. This is the comeback train. The return to the level after touching the bottom and choosing belief again. This is the comeback train. More solid, more real, with less emotion and much stronger mental steel. This is the comeback train. Not born from eagle's flame, but from the man who survived the fire and change. This is the comeback train. Write it in the skin, because I didn't come back faster. I came back better than I've been. A comeback is not luck, it's resistance with memory. Stepping back in without carrying the same identity. It's learning from pain without living chained to it. It's looking at the past without falling back into it. This is the comeback train. Now I finally know everything that hurt me also taught me how to grow. This is the comeback train. With more peace inside, not letting fear take control of what drives me. If I return to the fight, it's to do it right, with a cleaner mind and more truth inside. This is the comeback train. That's my evolution. I didn't come back just to try again. I came back to fulfill the mission. Not everyone who comes back returns as the same person. Some come back as something far more serious. Lasted for traitor. No risk, no story. After hours, when everything slows down, my mind stays on. Lasted for a traitor. No risk, no story. After hours, when the world starts losing pace, my mind stays focused, still locked into the race. Not from empty anxiety, not from fear letting go, but because there's a vision in me that still wants to grow. There's something in these hours that makes everything more real. Without the outside noise, without pressure, I didn't choose to feel. Just me, my thoughts, the chart, and my intention. Building in silence, another level of direction. Because when the noise goes down, the truth starts talking back. Whether you're doing it from impulse or because your vision's intact. And I already passed that phase of trying to prove. Now after hours, I'm just trying to sharpen how I move. Yeah, everything quiet, I stay the same. Looking ahead with a focused brain. It's not insomnia, it's vision alive. Still refining the way I drive. After hours mindset, cold and real. When the noise fades out and clarity is all I feel. After hours mindset, hungry to evolve, with no need for applause to keep moving on. After hours mindset, that's what built me up. Cause when nobody's watching, you find out who you are. After hours mindset, that's my sign. Keep building in silence until I reach a higher line. Not every transformation happens under the sun. Some are born late when control is stronger than the noise is gone. In those hours when the city feels like it stands still, something inside me is still chasing something real. I learned that the deepest progress doesn't always be, it doesn't need a scene or borrowed energy. Just consistency, awareness, presence, and direction. Because real growth doesn't always come with big attention. Yeah. That's why I respect these quiet hours so much. Because in them I've thought, decided, and held my ground enough. I didn't just improve as a trader in that time. I built the kind of mind that now lives inside. Everything quiet, I stay the same. Looking ahead with a focused brain. It's not still refining the way I drive. After hours mindset, cold and real. When the noise fades out and clarity is all I feel. After hours mindset, hungry to evolve with no need for applause to keep moving on. After hours mindset, that's what built me up. Cause when nobody's watching, you find out who you are. After hours mindset, that's my sign. Keep building in silence until I reach a higher line. After hours, there's no character left, no show, no image, only the mind, the vision, and the truth. And that's where the things that carry real weight begin to form. After hours mindset, now I really know a lot of what I carry today was built when no one showed. After hours mindset, with more peace and control, not letting outside noise get close to my soul. If the world rests, I stay in my lane, because not every step forward needs a spotlight on its name. After hours mindset, ride it in my voice, the quietest hours also built the strongest parts of me. When the noise fades out, truth takes up space. And in those hours, destinies get built too. Life's for a trader, no risk, no story.
The trader's screen, one screen, 1,000 thoughts, levels, pressure, vision. The trader's screen, life's for a trader, no risk, no story. Yeah. The trader's screen lights are more than the room. It holds the pressure, the focus, the truth. Candles moving like they know what I feel. Lines on the chart, but the battle is real. I spent long nights staring into that glow, watching price move while my mind stayed low. And somehow inside that cold bright frame, I kept finding lessons hidden in the game. It's not just a screen, it's a test of control, a mirror of patience, a weight on the soul. Because every decision gets reflected there, every doubt, every edge, every moment of care. Oh, cold light, sharp eyes, truth lives in real time. One screen, one mind, one wrong move can shift the night. The trader's screen, that's where I've been. Reading the market while reading within. The trader's screen, right in the dark, showing the levels and showing the heart. The trader's screen, more than it seems, it holds the pressure behind the dreams. The trader's screen, that's where I grew, learning the market and learning me too. I've seen hope rise and collapse in that light, seen confidence build and then lose the fight. Seen one clean setup bring peace to the room, one bad decision bring tension too soon. The screen never lies, it just shows what is there, but the way that I read it depends on my stare. If my mind is chaotic, I distort what I see. If I'm centered and clear, the truth comes to me. That's why I respect that bright late night frame, because it never promised comfort, only the game. And over time I learned it wasn't only about price, it was about who I became under that light. Oh, cold light, sharp eyes, truth lives in real time. One screen, one mind, one wrong move can shift the night. The trader's screen, that's where I've been. Reading the market while reading within. The trader's screen, right in the dark, showing the levels and showing the heart. The trader's screen, more than it seems, it holds the pressure behind the dreams. The trader's screen, that's where I grew, learning the market and learning me too. It's not just pixels, it's
pattern, pressure, and truth. It's the place where emotion either gets mastered or exposed. Because the screen can show you price, but it can also show you yourself if you stay long enough to really look. The trader's screen, now I understand. It never just showed me levels, it shaped my hands. The trader's screen, it sharpened my sight through every long session and every hard night. The trader's screen, that's part of my code, a place where focus and discipline grow. The trader's screen, write it in the glow. Some of the deepest truths I learned came from staring into that cold window. It was never just a screen. It was a place where I met pressure, truth, and myself. Lasted for a trader. No, it's no story. Candle by candle, step by step, no shortcuts, no fake noise. Lasted for a trader. No risk, no story. Candle by candle, I started understanding the road, that not everything is conquered in one explosive moment alone. Sometimes progress doesn't shout, doesn't make a scene. It moves in silence, but it changes everything underneath. I wanted to rush so many times, wanted to arrive at once, but the market taught me speed alone won't make you strong. The one who wants to last learns how to build it slow, with discipline in the mind and patience in the soul. Every candle was a lesson, every close a sign, every mistake a truth that forced me to refine. And that's how I began to see that progress doesn't always show, but if you stay steady long enough, something deeper starts to grow. No rushing, no force, no trying to take everything at once, because the biggest fire also began as a quiet spark no one could understand. Candle by candle, it's how I was built. No noise in the process, but I never quit. Candle by candle, with focused sight, learning that greatness also starts small and quiet. Candle by candle, without trying to perform, because real progress doesn't always need to roll. Candle by candle, that's how I learned that true greatness is also something earned in turn. There wasn't one trait that changed the whole story. It was hundreds of moments shaping memory and direction for me. It wasn't one perfect day or one ideal week. It was showing up again with discipline underneath, because there's something powerful in growing without panic, and letting the process do what it was meant to manage, and not measuring your work by one result alone, but by how much you've changed in the way you hold your own. And now I understand candles don't only mark price, they also mark the person you become inside. If you learn to read them without anxiety or illusion, they end up teaching you more than just execution. No rushing, no force, no trying to take everything at once, because the biggest fire also began as a quiet spark no one could understand. Candle by candle, that's how I was built. No noise in the process, but I never quit. Candle by candle, with focused sight, learning that greatness also starts small and quiet. Candle by candle, without trying to perform, because real progress doesn't always need to roll. Candle by candle, that's how I learned that true greatness is also I just needed to keep going and learn how to evolve. Candle by candle, now I can see what looked small at first was still building me. Candle by candle, with more calm and control, not letting impatience take over my soul. Candle by candle, that was the sign. Everything that carries weight in me started over time. Candle by candle, write it in the skin, because even the biggest stories begin in one small level within. Not everything is one in one hit. Some lives are built candle by candle. Loss of for trader, no risk, no story. All eyes on Nasdaq. All eyes on Nasdaq. Screen lit. Pulse up. Focus lock. Lasting for a trader. No risk, no story. Yeah, all eyes on Nasdaq. Every candle gets respect. Every move on the screen can shift the next step. The room stays still, but the tension keeps rising, because one clean moment can change the whole time. And there's a certain kind of pressure when the levels get close, when the market starts breathing and nobody really knows us. When the mind gets tested, that's when the vision speaks. When the setup is alive and the focus has to leave. No room for hesitation when the heat gets loud. No space for ego when the price starts breaking out. It's just me and the chart in the late night stare. All eyes on Nasdaq and the truth hanging there. Price moves, heart pounds, screen glows, no sound, mind sharp, hands ready. When Nasdaq moves, you better be steady. All eyes on Nasdaq, that's the zone I know, where the pressure climbs and the focus gets cold. All eyes on Nasdaq, every move feels alive, where one clean entry can shift the whole night. All eyes on Nasdaq, no room for disguise, just levels, time and discipline and tired eyes. All eyes on Nasdaq, that's where I stay, locked in with the market while the whole world fades away. I've seen nights with one move change the whole tone, where the market turned wild and the weak got exposed. And I learned that when all the attention hits the screen, you either stay composed or you lose what you mean. Because Nasdaq doesn't care about nerves or pride, it moves with force whether you're ready or not inside. So I had to build a mind that could hold a flame, read the movement clearly and still stay sane. That's what these moments taught me under pressure. And like that, execution gets cleaner when the focus gets tight. And when all eyes are on it, I don't need to impress, I just need to read the truth and move with intent. Price moves, heart pounds, screen glows, no sound, mind sharp, hands ready. When Nasdaq moves, you better be steady. All eyes on Nasdaq, that's the zone I know, where the pressure climbs and the focus gets cold. All eyes on Nasdaq, every move feels alive, where one clean entry can shift the whole night. All eyes on Nasdaq, no room for disguise, just levels, time and discipline and tired eyes. All eyes on Nasdaq, that's where I stay, locked in with the market while the whole world fades away. When all eyes on the screen, you find out what's real. Not what you say, not what you claim, but you can actually hold. When the price starts moving, the pressure reveals, Nasdaq is loud in its own way. If your mind is not ready, it will show you. All eyes on Nasdaq, now I know the feel that makes attention, discipline and staying still. Pressure twists my form. All eyes on Nasdaq, that's part of my code. screen glowing, mind cold. Execution. Lasted for a trader. No risk, no story. Midnight, I'm still reading every move. City asleep while I'm measuring the truth. No applause, no noise, no distraction in sight. Just the chart breathing in my focus in the night. The screen lights up what most people never see. That behind a good trade, there's control and clarity. It's not about entering from pressure or speed. It's about executing with precision. When you read at this hour, mistakes can weigh a little more, because fatigue tries to blur what you're looking for. But if the mind stays steady and knows how to wait, the night can also reward the ones who stay awake. Steady pulse, cold eyes, everything's silent, but the focus stays alive. Opportunity doesn't always speak. Sometimes it shows up.
Really slow 9, and I'm down $417. If I lost this trade, that's gonna be the last trade for this account. $41 down, and 100% more than you. Look at that. 417. So 100% more than you. If I lost this trade, that's the last trade for this account, because I'm going to be close to $500. You flat or you long, Chris?
Midnight gives nothing away. It asks for presence. It asks for calm. It asks for truth. Because when everything is quiet,
Flat. I'm going to wait to 8 p.m. to see how the market is gonna start moving. If it's gonna be slow like that, I don't think you're gonna be here for too long tonight. Yeah, 400's been playing over there. What is 404 hour? Where is that? It's touching what? It's touching this area here. And what else? That.
when the noise gets low, execution speaks. That's the full trade.
Wow, nice push. Look at that. Look at that. Darling, take it. Take it. Take it. Take it. Don't come back empty. Wow. Wow, man. Dale, vamos. Vamos. Gold is skyrocketing. Yep. Come on, man. Really? Nice. Nice pooch. It's moving. It's moving. Okay, now we're down to 65. So we can keep trading with this account. Now what? This is gonna be like 2-3 big candle to grade foam go down, or to continue higher with a lot of volume. Wow, this is the move a little bit, then die on the spot. This move and then wait like for something. I don't know. Ah, sí, no me había dado cuenta. Coño, ahora sí, no me había dado cuenta.
Es que sí, un masoquista. Chico.
$4 minutes for the APN open. If you stay like that, I'm gonna close my computer and done for the day, man, because it's really slow. Yep, 4 minutes, 3 minutes, yeah, 3 minutes. Three minutes. Gonna try to use that push higher, maybe. Okay. Almost taken. Almost filled. Yeah, 8 p.m. and nothing happened. Look at that. Ya, nothing, no tiene fuerza ni para arriba ni para abajo, no hay nada, no. Nada. Nada. Okay, I'm in. Just to flat. So far, yep. One big candle up, one big candle down. No, man. Now long, okay. It's going to stop me out. Look at that. I'm down 352. Double tap, then stop here. $81 down. Yeah, I'm down 352. Here the pullback went to the big one. Then here the pullback never came back to the big one. Here never come back to the big one. And this one is doing the same thing as this one. Not coming back straight to the big one. I don't know it's gonna be the same thing or what. Ah. I'm out. I'm out. And short right there.
Glory alone.
No, stop. And I'm done for tonight. My long entry was good. Right there. Marcus repeating the same thing he did here. Give me a second.
Didn't make me run, it taught me how to carry what I become. Pressure built me, now I understand the weight I once feared was shaping the man. I used to think the heavy days were there to slow me down, but now I know they came to show me solid ground. Cause easy times don't always reveal your frame, but pressure will show you if your core can take the strain. It pushed me past the version of me that wanted ease, past the weak excuses and the need to always please. It taught me how to breathe when the pressure climbed, and how to keep the mission clear inside my mind. So now I don't run from the weight when it arrives. I know some of the best parts of me were made inside, not because pain is good, not because struggle is the goal, but because surviving pressure gave structure to my soul. It made me sharper, made me see who I really am when it's not easy. It made me deeper, made me strong, turned every hard season into where I belong. Pressure built me, that's the truth. It turned my pain into something I could use. Pressure built me, made me rise through every storm that tried to close my eyes. Pressure built me, didn't make me run, it taught me how to carry what I become. Pressure built me.
Hey Chris, I got an emergency. I had to go out for. I don't know. I'm gonna finish the stream because I lost $600 and I don't think I'm gonna keep trading tonight. Yeah, I will see you tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow. Dale, que tengan buenas noches y gracias por estar aquí. Dale, see you.